Where's your is that that's a different meeting? Yeah, you have to go to today's, did you get a calendar update? Wow, Phil, your daughter starts kindergarten. Such a great time in your life and hers.
Forgive me for staring, forgive me for breathing. We might not know why, we might not know how, but baby tonight, we're beautiful now, we're beautiful now, we're beautiful now. We might not know why, we might not know how, but baby tonight, we're beautiful now, we're light up the sky, we're beautiful now, baby tonight, we're beautiful
Welcome everybody to today's Friday support webinar. Thanks Jody for the comment about my music taste. Yes, they are very eclectic. So I hope everybody is having a good day. Please sign in and give a Friday greeting. And if you have a chance, look at the agenda. If you have any items, I'll ask for them in a minute. Okay, so if anybody has any items that they would like to add to today's agenda, I'm going to add those in the user-generated items. Good morning, Deb, Kristen, Sharon, Holly, Andrea, Jody, Angie, Phil, Teresa, see if Deb, Elizabeth, Judy, Kristen, Lisa, Mandy, Margaret, Monica, Sandra, two Sharons, Suzanne, and Yesenia. I think I got everybody. Okay, are there any items that people would like to go over? I have turned record on. Thank you for reminding me. And Jose just got on as well. For those of you that were not on the call last week, Jose is our new level 1 agent, and he comes wonderfully trained and everything from DECC. So we would like to thank DECC for first starting with him. And he's here now to help with the tickets. Jose, do you want to say anything?
Just good morning.
Okay. I did not see any user-generated items, but we can add those after the week. So I am going to go into some common troubleshooting tips, tickets that we've had this week, and new info. So I will go into our wonderful Sugar, if I can move this over. Okay, so I am in Sugar, and one of the things that has happened is sometimes records don't get updated, and so I just want to make a common troubleshooting tip that I do that you all might want to try if things aren't working the way you expect. So for example, this is a specific transfer. I just opened it up. But the trick is, if you just go into Edit and Save, what that does is sort of rerun the programming to see if there's any, it will save and update whatever related records there are. So I did this for a transfer, but I'm going to go into a related requisition and then just do Edit and Save. And then I'm going to go into the funding stream and Edit and Save.
I got sound.
So what's interesting about that is that solves some of the problems that you all are having. So sometimes the program will time out or something like that between while things are programming. So you could always try Edit Save before you send a ticket and see if, especially if calculated numbers, if they, if they look wrong and then you want to recalculate them, you can always do Edit Save. Okay. Okay, so
Cool.
cool.
I'm listening right now.
And Jose said he created a FAQ on the issue 10 minutes ago. It's called Fatal Error 500 Fixed by clicking Save.
Are you guys on sound?
No, I didn't. I logged out, or I opened it in.
We got a couple people on the...
I went to the desktop version.
What?
I clicked on desktop version.
Not sure who is talking. I think I muted them. Okay. All right. So Edit Save is one option. And what we're doing is that when there is a common thing, we're creating under the forums a FAQ, or frequently asked questions. So I'm going to go into the support site, so support.eclacolorado.org. It's being a little slow. Maybe I should turn the music on again. Okay, so if you go into forums, okay, and then scroll down, we have this new FAQ Okay, and so essentially what we're doing is we are going through and creating new tickets based on what people are sending us. So here's one from Carrie, and Jose created this. So I'll go in. I'm going to go into a different one because we're going to, for frequently asked questions, we're going to go in and make simpler steps. So here is another thing that you can do is empty the cache or cache, however you say it. There's my text, you said cache. So another common thing to do is when your screen is acting weird is to empty your cache. So this is one thing that you can always try as well. So you open Chrome. On your browser toolbar, you click the Chrome menu, so up here in the corner. And then it says point to more tools. And then clear browsing data. And in this screen here, you can clear cached images and files. If you clear passwords, you got to be careful because some people don't forget them and they've always saved them. So you probably don't want to check that, but if you really are having problems, you can make sure you clear, as many things as possible. But definitely clear your cached images and file, and then you hit clear. I'm going to not do that because my computer's acting slow. So that's that second, the frequently asked for, empty cache. And then we also created this fatal server error. A lot of fatal 500 internal server error in the last week. Bill has gotten back, and he worked a lot on that yesterday, so I think it's been fixed. But, so this was sort of an internal problem. Okay, I am getting some feedback from someone. So. Okay, I think I got people muted. Okay, so whenever you get this 500 internal server error, if you get it now again, you can clear your browser, which we just went through, and reboot your computer. But if you still get, and when you come back in, if you still get that error, if you could create your ticket but copy the URL that you're having, what that allows us to do is just click on that when you create a ticket, and we can go directly in and see if we're getting the same error. Okay, so I've covered 2 of the common errors. Well, actually, and also edit save. Can you all let me know if you have any questions on what I've covered so far? And you can either unmute yourself and say anything that you want, or you can put notes in the chat box. So I'll just give you a minute. And remember, I really like feedback, not the kind of feedback that Kathleen was talking about, where we're getting lots of driving or things. So go ahead and let me know if you understood what I said or if you have any questions. Thank you, Sharon and Sandy. When everybody is not here, with me, it is hard for me to know, like, am I talking to a box? Thanks, Phil. I like the thing. You're welcome for the tech tip on the cache. Yes, I got it, Kathleen and Rachel. I appreciate everybody's support, Lisa. Thank you. You guys are also great for contributing. I really do like it. Okay, I want to remind you that under the forum announcements, there are the CCR&R updates. So I'm going to go back into the support. We go into forums. And then under announcements, we got another update this morning. So I'll go into it. And it's good afternoon. We got it it came in yesterday. So there is a provider communication toolkit and branding guide that is attached at the bottom of this. There is early childhood coaching certificates, and then more information about training. So don't forget to check the announcements. I also was wondering, because we're constantly looking for grants for you all, I wonder if you all would like me to put these announcements in here as well. I noticed today that there was an announcement for this pre-K and then up to 12th grade classroom projects, but there's actually 8 of them. So I don't know if this would be helpful for your providers. So I'm going to click on it so you can see the details. There are 8 different grants. So this is Joanne, Elmer's Glue, Dollar General. So these are all $100 to $500 per classroom. So is that type of information helpful for you all? Do you want me to put it in announcements? Kathleen, yes. Okay, cool. I wasn't sure how much, grants outside of what, the CCAP and what the state is helping us with, but I do think it's helpful. Some of you might have some good ideas to help your preschools as well. So I will start putting those as well on the announcements. So don't forget, if you do want to, follow, I'm going to go back to the announcements forum. You can click the following if you want to see whenever we post something in here. So again, if you want to see a council update, we'll put these in here, and I'll start putting in these grant information. So if you want to automatically get notified that there is a new announcement, you can click following. Otherwise, whenever you feel like it, you can just go into the support.eclat.org and into this announcements forum. Any questions on the forums? Or remember, the forums is where we also put the recordings for these meetings. So I'll go back. We got announcements, communication, the coaches corner. No, people haven't put much in here, but I do want to remind you that there's this place. So if you want to send updates for coaches, and then there is a section for requested features. Sugar Advisory Group, we have a section if you're in that. And then the FAQ we just started adding, and there is a section now for Colorado Shines as well. And here at the bottom is where the support calls are. Okay, does anybody have more things that they want to add? Maybe, I know we have, couple state people on.
Rick,
Yeah?
this is Sandy.
Hi, Sandy.
I sent a support ticket in last night. I have a provider who signed her MOU amendment the end of July, but yet it's showing as pending signature on Sugar. And so I just didn't know what to do about it. I don't know if that's something you guys have to fix or something I can fix.
Well, what we have had that happen in the past where, you know, just when you double check that they, you know, they don't have, that they've signed it, they may have, the easy thing is to talk to them and make sure that they signed it, but then cancel the MOU and send it again. But let them know that you're doing that, because sometimes it confuses them. So that's what I would do in your case.
Yeah, but the MOU amendment's actually on Sugar. I mean, it's there.
Right, right, it is, and it says, because we've been having, let me go to it.
Okay.
Because we've been having a little bit of program glitches, we're having a little bit more of that issue.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, where things are, just like in the calculations, it's sort of stopped in the middle.
Okay.
So let me look at it though. Sharon is suggesting that you can also do the check MOU status.
Okay.
So we'll see if that works.
Okay.
Let me go to your ticket. You see it on here?
No, but I received something from ECLA saying that you got it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I put it down as a medium.
Okay.
Well, that's interesting. Maybe you guys already fixed it. I don't
MOU
know.
error. Nope, that's 9 months ago. So hold on a sec. Okay, is this it?
Yes.
Okay, so I love it. I'm going to give you a gold star for putting the URL here. That
Yay.
is so wonderful when you do that. Okay, so here's what you're saying. It's, you know that she's already sent this, but it says waiting. So I'm going to go into actions and check MOU status
Okay.
and save.
And you can see the MOU amendments right
Yeah.
there.
See, it's right here. Well, once you send it, that's what. So it's, see, right now it's saved, but it's still saying the same thing, pending MOU.
Yeah. So are you saying now I have to cancel it and resend it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sharon does say it's preferred to canceling, but I actually did try checking the MOU status to see if that would have worked. But the problem that I had before, you know, if I cancel it and then send it again, is that sometimes it confuses your provider. So it's better for
Well, we'll make sure she knows in advance.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So Sharon, do you have? Oh, okay. Sharon suggests that we really shouldn't be canceling and resending. So I'm going to have Bill check this out before you do that.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll forward it to Bill.
Great.
So I don't forget. Let's see.
Rick, I have a question on
Yeah.
that. I just want to know if their
I know it's preferred not to do that. I want to know if there's a situation in which it would be suggested to do it. So for instance, I've got somebody who's had an MOU for multiple weeks and they may have deleted their email. So is there another suggestion to deal with that scenario instead of cancel resend?
I think Sharon might want to get on to, but I think that it's a different scenario. One is Sandy was saying that the provider was sure that they had signed it and sent it.
Uh-huh. And it looked like it did from what that screen said,
right,
yeah.
and it looked like it did, versus, that they probably got lost in their box, so canceling it and send it in. Okay, didn't realize I muted Sharon. So Sharon, are you there?
Yes, hi.
Okay.
So thought I'd chime in. So there are definitely a lot of good reasons to actually use the cancellation, status in Sugar, but in this case, it's really sounding like there's some kind of API glitch, and so it would be better to figure out what's going on than just implement a workaround. If you're ever in a hurry, you can always cancel and resend, but the idea is that if we can solve the underlying issue, then it won't be an issue for as many people in the future. In terms of people losing their email or things like that, EchoSign does send a reminder once a week, so they really shouldn't be kind of losing that. It's more likely that it's going to their clutter, spam, or junk folders. So they just need to add EchoSign as a safe sender, and then that will resolve that issue.
Thanks,
The
Sharon.
best reason to cancel an MOU would be, this is a larger site that's part of a university, and so they need to amend the language around the insurance requirements or something like that, where you're actually having to cancel it and reissue a different MOU for that site.
Okay, Sharon is asking, are there directions to add? I'm going to go into let's see if I have a EchoSign, one of the documents. Gone again. So one of the things that you can do is, like if you right-click on this and go into junk and never block the sender, or if you go into junk email options, there's this safe sender here. So, but it depends very much on your what email program you're using. You got it, Sharon, though? Okay. And I'm going to see if I have an EchoSign document. So here is the URL, EchoSign@echosign.com. So if I were to go into, I'm right-clicking on that, whoops. Going into junk email options, then safe sender, I'm going to add EchoSign. So they're now added to my safe options. But I think this will be a good FAQ that we will also create for you. So Jose, are you still on the call? Yeah. Can you put on your to-do list to make an FAQ for the safe signer? And we'll add it So you'll see it next week as well as in the in this meeting. Thanks, Jose. Sandy, did we get your question answered good enough? Essentially, we'll be having Bill look at what created the problem, and if we need.
Oh, definitely.
Are you in a
Definitely.
real big hurry?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm good. We're all good about it. I just wanted to bring it up because I thought maybe some other folks may have had the issue as well. So yeah, we'll have Bill look at it, and then I'll move from there.
Cool. Thank you. Okay. Any other items that you guys would like to talk about? Or any other announcements? Do you have any announcements you want to say?
I shall be sending out an announcement
Why don't
shortly.
you come up and,
Okay.
and tell them to look for it. We got 33 people on the call. So.
Oh, that's exciting. Hi, everyone. It's Sarah. Can you guys hear me? Where am I talking to?
Say welcome, Sarah, in your chat box. At least a couple of you, so you know.
Oh, okay. So.
There. See,
Oh, that's great. Thanks,
They're
everyone.
wonderful people.
Yeah, they are. So 2 quick announcements that I'll be emailing out today is ECLA has 2 new preferred vendor agreements with Becker's School Supply, and they will be offering a 7% discount off their 2016 catalog, as well as free shipping. And we also have a preferred vendor agreement with Frog Street, and they offer great curriculum material. So they'll be offering free shipping on that. I have updated sugar, and they should be available on EC Connect now. And yes, Phil, my name does have an H. Thank you.
So I'm going to write that down again. So you have 2 vendors?
Mm-hmm.
Updates.
Yep.
Okay. And which was the first one?
Becker's School Supply. And do you want to know the discount?
Yeah.
7%.
7% discount.
Off their 2016 catalog.
2016 catalog.
And free shipping.
Woo, free shipping.
Yeah. And the next one is Frog Street, and they're offering free shipping. And they will work with us, too, on offering free trainings as well. So depending on the size. No, Frog Street, on their curriculum.
Okay.
So you can say possible free trainings.
Okay.
All right. Yay.
Yay. Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome.
Okay. Tiffany asked, remind where the communication log report is. I'm not sure exactly what one, but we'll go in and look in reports. What I did is I clicked on reports and I'm looking for communication. Communication summary and report, that's a graph. Communication report level 1 outreach. Is that what you're looking for, Tiffany? Yep. Oh, there's one that's part of the quarterly OEC reports. Okay. So Kelly, do you know what it's called? If I just put OEC? Or CDHS? CDHS Quarterly Communications Report, is that the one that you were talking about? Okay, so here's another one. So I'm not sure exactly, Tiffany, which one you were talking about, but you can see that I put in under reports, and actually what I probably should be doing is putting the % sign so we get a broader, communication is anywhere rather than just at the start of the communications. So there's, looks like 8 reports. One of the things Sharon and I still have on our to-do list is to go through and minimize the number of reports, so it's more likely you'll find the right report that you need. Okay, and Jody asked a question about that actually your director can't find the MOU, and she hasn't received the reminder emails easier. Jody, have you checked in the junk email? Because they do get a reminder every week, like what Sharon said. I can also check. You can look everywhere. So I can also check, since I'm the one that can log into EchoSigns. So send me a specific email or ticket, and I will check and make sure that it has been sent and everything is okay. Stacy asked, we've simply canceled the MOUs and then resent them. Stacy got on a little bit late, and if there's a glitch in the system, what Sharon suggested, we need to solve the glitch. But if it's a sort of a user issue, sometimes canceling the MOUs and then resending them is the easiest way. Okay, and Teresa asks, yeah, so Stacy, I understand, yeah, it is often easier just to cancel and resend and just say, look, have everybody look for it so they can see it in their email right away. Okay, we've got another question that came in. What needs to be entered into Sugar's communication logs? We're sending out lots of emails to child care providers addressing a variety of topics, job opportunities, coming trainings. Do you want me to do a mass emails for each mail? Are you staffed for me to do that? So now that we have Jose, we can help. I think the most important is that you have at least one contact, for your funding streams. So you're notifying your providers that there is that there's a funding stream availability. That's the critical one. But we do have quite a few people from OEC on how much do you want the mass updates do you like to see. I also think partly it's up to the council on how much they want to record. But maybe somebody can speak to that topic on what you should enter in the Sugar communication logs.
Hi, Rick. This is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi. Hi, everybody. So here's the thing. The communication you guys log into Sugar, we actually do not have access to Sugar. What this does is this actually helps you in communicating with us how frequently you are communicating with your program. So how you are logging this in Sugar is going to impact the reports that you send to us when we're asking about how often have you been communicating with programs, with particular programs. Because we know that we're asking you now to target certain programs that are serving CCAP but are, as of right now, still level 1 or level 2. And so this ultimately is going to help you report back to us how much you've been communicating with these programs.
So you would recommend, like, at every mass email that they do record it?
That would probably be a really good idea, just so that they know how frequently and can report back to us and then give us that feedback of how they're communicating with their programs, both as mass emails and individually.
Yeah, you can. So yes, I will be training Jose on how to do the mass emails, and that's one of the reasons why we have Jose here, is so he can help help me with that. One of the suggestions too that I'm going to be asking about the Sugar Advisory Group is seeing if we want to get, sort of people in the councils also trained on how to do the mass emails. Lisa says we've limited our tracking to Colorado training and outreach. Council should definitely learn how to import communication records. Sharon thinks that's a great idea. Okay, so we'll create a training for, probably not everybody needs to learn it, but we'll create a training on how to do the massing, maybe on a Friday call. That's a good idea, Teresa. We'll do mass updates. We'll see if there's not a lot of things, but we'll create a call where we do the mass updates. Mass update for next week agenda. You're welcome, Teresa. Are there any other issues that people have? Or any other?
So Lisa, I'm sorry, Rick. So Lisa made a comment about the effort of tracking it in Sugar. So, and Lisa, honestly, the tracking is more for your benefit. So if you have another way that's more beneficial to you and not as huge an effort, then yeah, so we're fine.
Yeah, I think it's the issue of it is happening, and we do thankfully have a good system that we can track that. But if you're thinking that most of that information is coming to you from the reports from Sugar, and if we have in the other reports ways that we are conveying this information to you, that's great, because then you're getting the information. But if you're thinking it's all in Sugar and we're not otherwise telling you everything else we're doing, you will miss getting that information, and we will miss the reminder to tell you about it. So
right. Well, and from my understanding, you're not the only council that hasn't been tracking every communication in Sugar, and I've been bringing that up here. We've been talking about what would be a better way, since not everything can be tracked in Salesforce, because not everyone has access in Salesforce to log when a call is made or when emails are sent out, and also how often should it be tracked in Sugar. And so we're definitely talking about it here, and we're hopefully we can come up with a good solution soon that can appease everybody. So we are aware that, that not everybody's tracking everything in Sugar and not everybody's tracking everything in Salesforce, but usually there's been some sort of a tracking system that councils have had keeping track of their communications. And so, yeah, we're definitely talking about how would be the best way for you guys to do that. Because right now the most important thing is that we're getting accurate information with when we're getting reports from you guys or from Salesforce or from Sugar. So, and we also, I mean, we're still developing our monthly report, so that might be part of our monthly report too, is asking what kind of communications have been sent out during that particular month.
This is Sharon. I just wanted to back this up for a moment, because originally where the tracking of communications in Sugar came from was a reporting requirement that was on an exhibit in the fiscal year 15-16 contract related to ensuring that 100% of eligible programs were outreached to. And so the guidance was given that only the initial communication was required to be tracked in Sugar, but that all other communications were the option. So if a council uses Constant Contact or some other mass communication tool that can track all of that, then there's no need to be putting that into Sugar from sort of the state's perspective, because councils can still report on that in their quarterly reports. The communication reports out of Sugar were really intended to show that councils were meeting that requirement of outreaching to 100% of eligible sites. So I'm not sure if maybe there's that's been diluted, or maybe it's a little bit different for fiscal year 16-17, but that was the original guidance.
And Sharon,
and where
to my
are we
knowledge,
now?
that hasn't changed.
Okay, great.
Thank you. Great discussion. Lisa, were you going to say something else?
I was going to say that just really kind of brings us back to a question, you know, maybe for the Sugar Advisory Group and or OEC, in terms of where, that's what we've done in the past, where do we want to go with this? And obviously councils need, I think, to provide input on that, because it is, to me, a significant impact to do things multiple ways.
Yeah.
So what does make sense? So that everybody gets the information they need in the most efficient way possible.
Okay, so there was quite a few comments along the Sugar communication. Did I capture everybody's comments here? Or is there anything missing?
Change the third to the last word highlighted to efficient.
Anything else?
Hi, Rick. It's Teresa. Under the second bullet, at the end, OEC is where not everyone is tracking.
OEC needs accurate information on contact information?
No, up a line.
Up a line.
Talking should be tracking.
Oh, thank you. It's so great to have 34 proofers on the call. Anything else that somebody sees because it's a fairly important, and we will talk about it at the Sugar Advisory Group, since we have that call right after this one at 10:30. Tiffany, if you want to type or say one of the, you have tons of issues and not sure how much time we all have, but feel free to say another issue. I see that reports are not accurate. So yeah, there are some reports. There's been a number of, I'm going to write that. If there's a specific report, send it to me. There's many fields that have changed in the last year, and that's one of the things that Sharon and I are going to be going over, because there's like over 400 reports and not knowing what report everybody uses, so we have to update the report. So if there's any report that's not accurate that you commonly use, that would be great if you send it, because we are creating a list of the most commonly used reports. We may be getting rid of a whole bunch of reports or putting them or archiving them. So for those of you that use those, you can get to them, but so they don't show quite as much on the list. So we're definitely working. We will be working on the report issue. Sharon, do you have anything to add?
So I would just add, we will be looking at report usage. So if you use a report frequently, we will not just get rid of that report. We'll be testing out kind of a more standardized reporting approach, and we'll be working very closely with the Sugar Advisory Group to make sure that we're creating kind of commonly used reports and a naming convention so that it's very easy to find those. We used to have that, and then we added 200 users, and everybody kind of has created their own versions of reports. And sometimes a report can be very deceptive, because if it has filters that are not runtime filters, and you're trying to use it for one thing, but the filters behind it are actually preventing you from seeing all the information or something like that, you want to be really sure you know exactly what the report is that you're pulling. So we just need to develop more standards on that. And we may need to talk about kind of having a report request process so that we don't have so many reports in Sugar kind of clouding things for the regular user. So we will be working on that, again, with the Sugar Advisory Group. That's one of our biggest goals for the first quarter of this fiscal year. Additionally, we're working on adding inline help into Sugar so that we have our help desk, the support app. There actually is a way to embed those support articles within the actual modules in Sugar in the little intelligence pane. So we'll be working on that and creating an article that kind of sits at the top with all the standard report links for that particular module. So we're really working hard to try to make it more obvious where to get the information that you need and which report is the right report, because quite frankly, honestly, I even have challenges now finding the right report because there are so many with very similar names and very similar outputs. So we'll be working on that. Anything else you want to add to that, Rick?
No, I think you said it great. Well, except for I probably take even a lot more time than you do in finding the right reports, because you've made a lot of those reports so you can go right to it. So yeah, when I'm trying to find it, it takes me a long time too. So I can only imagine anybody that's trying to find reports, the councils too are having that challenge.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Tiffany, if you want to send that specific report, go ahead and send it as a ticket. And like Sharon said, the commonly used reports are the ones we won't be getting away, but we'll be, so if there is any reports that you're currently using that's not working, make sure you let us know. Any other dying questions? Or living questions? I'm not sure what the right term is.
It's burning, Rick. Burning questions.
Burning questions. Ah, see, I need that editor in you, Lisa. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna, I'm gonna take a break. We're gonna have, some of you are gonna be on the call for the Sugar Advisory Group, which will be at 10:30. So it was great working with you all, and we had a big, nice big group. So everybody have a wonderful Friday. And those that are gonna be on the Sugar Advisory Group, go ahead and log off, and there's a different link for the Sugar Advisory Group. When can a site see their supports on Easy Connect? Tiffany, can you send me a more detailed question on that? Thank you all. Teresa, have a good weekend. Holly, have a great day. Thanks, Jody. Thanks, Sandy. Thank you, Lisa. A big capital letter. Thank you, Deb. You're welcome, Rachel. Thank you, Chinazo. Tiffany, if you're still on the call, I wasn't sure if I got the question right, but Sharon said you can see their QI once the MOU is executed and the requisition status is updated. If that, hopefully that answers your call, your question.